So how often have you been angry or upset or overwhelmed or stressed out? So much so that you literally just can't focus, and you get that book in front of you, you read the same page 7 times over, you get to the bottom and you've got no clue what you've read, and then you have to start all over again. So I want to share some energy techniques that help us to basically metabolize the emotion. It sounds a bit weird, but emotion is energy, food is energy, and we effectively have to take that on board and allow it to flow through us and get rid of it, eliminate it. And if we don't, our negative emotions have that ability to loop. So when I see people's energy when they're either stressed or angry or fearful or anxious, it's that horrible looping, static, nasty energy that just has you stuck. So you get stuck in the emotion, you get stuck in your thought storm, and you can't carry on what you're doing. So it's a completely different tangent to you, Joe, but hopefully it gives people a broad perspective of the different tools we can use. So I'm going to share, first of all, if you're in a really heightened state, this is so simple. Ducks, after they've had a bit of a kind of anxiety attack, they've seen a dog walking along the canal towpath, and there's your lovely ducks sitting there, and all of a sudden they're into a state of shock. After the dog and the fearful thing has gone out of the way, they just shake. And actually, if we shake it off, shake your arms, shake your legs, shake your body, just that shaking. And again, Mike, you mentioned music and throwing some shapes. Shaking can get you out of a very heightened state. And there is a slightly more applied thing. So if you're angry, either inner anger, frustrated at yourself, or anger to someone else, and you just can't get that focus back, if you make fists of your hands, pull them out to the side as you breathe in, keep breathing in and bring them over your head, and imagine you're literally throwing the anger away, and you can make a lovely noise. So we'll do it again. Pull them out to the side, breathing in. I love that. And you can do that as many times as you like, throwing out of your mouth, throwing it out with your hands. I often call it twanging it to a desert island. I imagine a desert island thousands of miles away, twang it as far as I can. And it's just a great way to make you smile and to release the negativity. And once you've you've got some deep breathing in place, I always have to underline the importance of deep breathing to slow down your heartbeat, slow down your brain waves, and take away the stress response. But there is a beautiful way of taking away your stress response. I think I've shared it before, but we'll do it again really quickly, because you just put your finger pad to the center of your head, breathing in, drag them over to your temples, and your temples is a beautiful place to take another deep breath. And as we breathe in, we're going to take your hands in a semicircular shape to the top of your ear and hold at the top of your ear on the skull, on the bony part of your skull, either side of your head. And as we breathe out this time, we're going to follow the semicircle down to the back of your head. And then put your fingers in those notches where your skull meets your neck. Give it a good old massage, get the stress out of there. Breathe in and rake across your neck. And then one more clasp of the trapezius, a quick kind of knead of that tight muscle. Breathe in. And pulling that onto your heart space. And that immediately releases the stress and the tension. You start to feel your chest opening up and your head space opening up and calming down. So I'm not going to do this in a slow kind of controlled way. I just want to take you through some really important points to allow you to release negative emotion. And I'm going to start with just one hand here on your forehead. We're touching here the brow ridges Donna Eden in her book calls these the oh my God points, because when you're in that stressful state, you go, oh my God. And it's instinctual. These points are neurovascular points that immediately calm, connecting your whole nervous system, with your blood vascular system. So you're connecting blood and your nervous system, inviting a calm sense of deeper consciousness to sink into your energetic patterns. And if I use this other hand and we come in, if you draw a line from where your eyes are and put your hand to the bottom of that point, so clasping the bulge at the bottom of your head. If you're holding these points, this is allowing you to let fear pass through your body. So if you're fearful of something and you hold that fearful picture in your mind, and you hold your neurovascular points at the front of your head, you hold that bulge at the back of your head, you're allowing the fear to pass through your body, releasing the negative charge, the negative associations. And you would hold this position for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, however long it takes. And if you're sitting like we are, you can actually rest your elbows on your knees, because any pressure or discomfort is reducing your ability for the fear to leave your system. So stay comfortable, stay rested, put cushions underneath if you need to. So then if we shift that back hand, instead of underneath that midpoint, if you follow your eye, if you put it above that point. And when we're in this position, it's so similar, but this is about anxiety, overwhelm. So this is releasing your anxious state, a panic state, letting go of overwhelm. So it's the same thing, relax forward, have pillows, but hold that for 2 to 3 minutes and you'll let go of your anxiety. And if you shift that back hand right to the crown of your head now, this is releasing grief. So if you're grieving, it might just be not necessarily losing someone, but it might be the loss of a business, the loss of a certain way of living, the loss of money, the loss of a friendship. This allows you to metabolize your grief, to let it pass, to let it flow and release naturally. So with all of these, of course, you'll hold for 2 to 3 minutes. I just want to give you the full gamut of negative emotions. So anger is the next one, and anger points are actually across your temples, so in line with your eyes. And I like to use the OK signal, the mudra, and actually if I turn that way, make a space, use the mudra like that across your temple, and these other 3 fingers across your forehead. So this allows you to assimilate anger, to release that kind of hyper excited emotional state, to let the energy drop, to let it sink and flow through your body, releasing anger, aggression, confrontation, allowing you to get back to your wisdom and connect with your higher self. And then there's one final one, which is worry. And the worry points are on your cheekbones. And I actually use my fingernails here. So I rest that with actually, no, I don't. I use my thumb, sorry. And I put the rest of my hand, so my thumb is kind of bent backwards across my cheekbones. And again, the rest of my fingers are on those neurovascular, the oh my God points. So if you're worried about your future, worried about money and finances, worried about not being focused, this is a great hold. Just again, deep breathe into it. See what you're worried about. Collaborate with your mind, because if you see the pictures, imagine that worry. This is taking away the negativity, allowing you to see what you're worrying about dispassionately, allowing you to be objective and get some distance. So I know that was very quick, but those are all the negative emotion points. They're all very similar, so people might have to rewind this one. But whatever the emotion is, if you hold those points, breathe, take 10 deep breaths, holding those points, you'll get back to your higher self and you can refocus.